am delighted to be here today to represent my part. I have invested significant time and effort into researching and analyzing the subject matter to provide you with valuable. By delving into this topic, we can gain deeper understanding of its significance and impact. Today, I will discuss about MTB-MLE is all about. But before that, I will present our learning objectives. At the end of the lessons, students are expected to first, discuss the reasons why learning a second language is important. Second, discuss the personal factors involved in learning a second language. Third, understand the Lingua Franca Education Project and its connection to mother tongue-based multilingual education or MTB-MLE. And lastly, give a brief description of MTB-MLE. So what is second language learning? It refers to the process of acquiring proficiency in a language that is not your native or first language. It involves learning and using a language other than your mother tongue. Second language learning can occur in various contexts such as informal education settings, language courses, immersion programs, or through self-directed study. It typically involves learning grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and cultural aspects associated with the language. Second language learning can be a dynamic and ongoing process with individuals at different levels of proficiency, depending on their exposure, practice, dedication to mastering the language. Differentiate language acquisition and language learning. When we say acquisition, it's about the process of learning skills or getting knowledge. Learning acquisition refers to the process of gaining knowledge or skills through various methods and experiences. It involves the acquisition, organization, and integration of new information into existing knowledge and abilities. Learning acquisition can occur in different ways, such as through formal education, self-study, practical experiences, social interactions, and exposure to new information or concepts. It involves the cognitive processes of perception, attention, memory, and problem solving, as well as the application and integration of new knowledge or skills. The acquisition of learning can take place at any stage of life and in various contexts, including academic settings, professional environment, and personal development. It is a continuous process that involves actively seeking and processing information, practicing and applying what has been learned, and reflecting on the outcome to further enhance understanding and competences. In summary, learning acquisition is the process of acquiring and integrating new knowledge, skills, or abilities through various experiences and methods. It is essential for personal growth, professional development, and the acquisition of expertise in different domains. Second language learning refers to the process of acquiring proficiency in a language that is not one's native or first language. It involves developing skills in listening, speaking, reading, and writing in the target language. Second language learning can occur through various methods such as formal education, language courses, immersion programs, self-study, or interaction with native speakers. And second language learner, individuals actively engage in the learning process and explicitly study the grammar, vocabulary, and other elements of the target language. They may participate in language classes, use language learning materials, practice speaking with language partners, and engage in activities designed to enhance their language skills. The goal of second language learning is to become proficient in the target language, allowing individuals to communicate effectively in a various real-life situations. Proficiency levels can range from basic conversational skills to advanced fluency, depending on the learner's goals, dedication, and opportunities for language practice. It's important to note that second language learning is a dynamic and ongoing process. It requires consistent practice, exposure to the language, and continuous efforts to improve language skills over time. Importance of learning a second language. In today's interconnected world, the ability to communicate effectively across cultures, has become increasingly vital. Learning a second language has become more than just a habit. It is now seen as an essential skill with numerous advantages. We will explore several reasons why learning a second language is important, ranging from career opportunities and cultural understanding to cognitive benefits and personal growth. Number one, global community. One of the main reasons why learning a second language is important is the ability to communicate with broader range of people. As the world becomes more interconnected, knowing a second language allows individuals to overcome language barriers and connect with individuals from different cultures and backgrounds. This fosters understanding, empathy, and respect, contributing to a stronger international relationship and promoting global harmony. Second, proficiency in a second language significantly increase career opportunities in our globalized economy. Businesses are expanding their reach internationally, creating a demand for individuals with multilingual skills. Third, cultural understanding. Language and culture are intertwined, and learning a second language provides a gateway to understand different cultures. It allows individuals to appreciate customs, traditions, and perspectives that may differ from their own. This cultural understanding enhances empathy, tolerance, and appreciation for diversity, fostering cross-cultural relationships and breaking down stereotypes. Fourth, cognitive benefits. Learning a second language has been linked to numerous cognitive benefits. It improves memory, problem-solving skills, and overall brain function. The constant engagement of the brain with multiple languages strengthens neural connections, enhances concentration, and boosts critical thinking abilities. Fifth, personal growth. Learning a second language is a challenging yet highly rewarding undertaking. It requires dedication, persistence, and the willingness to step out of one's comfort zone. Travel and cultural immersion. Knowing the second language enhances travel experience immensely. It enables travelers to communicate with locals, gain deeper insight into the local culture, and navigate unfamiliar environments more easily. Learning a second language holds several significant advantages in today's interconnected world. The ability to communicate across culture not only expands personal and professional networks, but also promotes global understanding and contributes to a more harmonious society. We will discuss the personal factors and their impact on learning. Learning a second language is a personal journey influenced by a variety of factors unique to each individual. These personal factors can significantly impact the process and success of acquiring a second language. In this, we will explore some key personal factors that affect language learning, such as motivation, learning style, previous language learning experience, age, personality traits, self-efficacy, and cultural background. Motivation plays a pivotal role in language learning. Individuals who are highly motivated to learn a second language are more likely to invest time and effort in practicing and studying. Motivation can stem from personal interest, curiosity, career aspirations, or desire to connect with others. Second, learning style. Each learner has a preferred learning style, be it visual, auditory, kinesthetic, or combination of these. Understanding one's learning style can optimize language learning. Third, previous language learning experience. Past experiences with language learning can influence the acquisition of a second language. Individuals with prior language learning experience possess a foundation of language learning strategies, grammar concepts, and learning techniques. Fourth, age. The age while an individual begins learning a second language can impact the learning process and outcomes. Young children with their higher neuroplasticity and ability to immerse themselves in the language environment often acquire native-like pronunciation and grammatical structures. However, adult learners possess cognitive advantages, metacognitive strategies, and greater access to resources that can support their language learning journey. Personality traits. Personality traits play a role in language learning approaches and preferences. Extrovert individuals may thrive in social language practice settings and actively seek opportunities for conversation with native speakers. Introverted learners, on the other hand, may prefer individual study or reflective activities that allow them to process language concepts in quieter environment. 6. Self-efficacy and confidence. Self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to succeed, and confidence are key factors in language learning. Learners with high self-efficacy set challenge goals, persevere through difficulties, and maintain a positive attitude toward language learning. Cultural background. Cultural background and familiarity with the target languages, cultural context can influence language learning. Learners from similar cultural backgrounds may find certain aspects of grammar or vocabulary easier to grasp due to shared linguistic and cultural patterns. Learning a second language is a deeply personal and multi-phase process influenced by several factors. By understanding and considering the impact of personal factors such as motivation, learning style, previous language learning experience, age, personality traits, self-efficacy, and cultural background, learners can tailor their language learning enjoy to optimize their success. That's all for my part. I hope you have learned something from my report. Thank you and God bless everyone.
Good day everyone, I am Shamel Vistal, the next discussion of this topic, which is why MTB-MLE. So I will continue of what Miss Jaina have started. Please listen, it is important that you fully understand how we ended up adopting the MTB-MLE. It all began with the Lingua Franca Education Project or LFEP. Dix embarked on pilot study called Lingua Franca Education Project in year 1999 to 2000, which was aimed to define and implement a national bridging program from the vernacular to Filipino and later English to develop initial literacy for use in public schools. Through the bridging program, an alternative curriculum will be used in acquiring basic literacy and numeracy skills with the local lingua franca as the language of instructions. The pilot study involves two grade 1 classes from each of the regions. One was the experimental class and the other one is the control class. Two grade 1 teachers from each of the experimental schools together with the principals underwent training before the pilot study. One teacher handled the grade 1 experimental class while the other taught the alternate class. The lingua franca used in the pilot study were as follows. Regions 1, 2, and CAR are the Ilocano. Regions 3, 4, 5, 7, 12, and NCR are the Tagalog. And lastly, regions 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and Caraga are the Cebuano. Since the LFEP Dix Memo number 144 serial 1999 Mother Tongue-based multilingual education program is the most vital reform for the country's basic education and school system. Lessons from the findings of various international and national studies on language use in education undertaken by UNESCO. One in affirming the benefits and relevance of MTB-MLE, which in conformity with the recommendations given by the Basic Education Sector Reform Agenda or BESRA to improve learning outcomes and promote education for all. As research shows, quality education occurs most effectively when the mother tongue, the learner's home language, is used for initial learning. The first language in the language of learning, it is by far the easiest way for children to interact with the world And when the language of learning and language of instruction do not match, learning difficulties are bound to follow. So, MTB-MLE stands for Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education. It is an educational approach that promotes the use of learners' mother tongue or native languages as the medium of instructions, particularly during the early years of schooling. This approach recognizes the importance of language in effective teaching and learning. MTB-MLE acknowledges that children learn best when instructions is delivered in a language they understand and use comfortably in their everyday lives. By starting with the mother tongue, students can develop a strong foundations in their native languages, which enhances their cognitive abilities, comprehensions, and critical thinking skills. It also promotes a positive self-identity in the MTB-MLE framework. As students progress through education, additional languages are gradually introduced as subjects for study as languages of instructions. This allows students to become proficient in multiple languages while maintaining a strong foundation in their home languages. By implementing the MTB-MLE approach, educational system aim to provide a culturally appropriate and inclusive education that is responsive to the needs of the learners. It acknowledges the value of linguistic diversity and seeks to ensure equal educational opportunities for all students, regardless of their linguistic and cultural background.